Quick update on the heavy industrial seaport area. The entrance to the industrial area off of the main line is here. The two tracks, or the one track here at the rear, which at this point splits off into two, is the branch line servicing the industrial area seaport area. The idea here is that this is split off into two around here and then back to a single track branch through the station area here, is so that commuter trains can still can pass local freight trains at the passing siding at the rear. So local freight trains can do switching and a commuter train can still pass by. Over to the seaport area, there is one switch leading off to sidings here, a seaport yard over 3 tracks. The industrial area yard entry is here through 2 tracks. There'll be one yard entry track, which is this one, which will be automatically controlled so that local freight trains will come in here down the straightaway and will be stopped just before the end there, and from that point on then the engineer can take over the train and do the switching required here. So as mentioned in the introduction, this industrial area that I'm trying to have an idea to set up is modeling the area between Amsterdam docks and the coast. Along the North Sea Canal, which was a quite heavily industrialized area, a little bit less nowadays, but on the coast there are steelworks, central stations, power stations, paper mills, heavy industry. And there are, towards Amsterdam, there are refineries, also power plants, docks, and that's what this is basically representing, the area between Amsterdam and the coast. Seaport views there, the cranes. We'll have some low relief warehouses in front, and the white cylinders there represent a grain elevator that will appear. As we pan around, we see a more modern power station represented by a photo at the rear with cooling towers, and the older power stations still in service, I guess, is Walther's Northern Light and Power, which will approximately place there. But it's amazing how close the Walther's kit looks to a power station that is actually not far from this area in The Hague. This is an older power station in the city of The Hague, which looks remarkably like the Walther's kit. So that's not bad for a likeness, for modeling. Then moving the station to the rear, the Velzen or IJmuiden station. This is a look of a picture of the station as it was in the 70s. It was closed in the 80s, but it was still operational in the 70s, and the 70s is the era I'm modeling, so that's fine. I've got quite a good Kibri kit, or I think it's a Volma kit, which looks quite like this actually, so I'll put the station there, allow the workers to get to work. The platform from existing mechanical crossings. I'm going to build a crossing here, build a road, and build this light and this gate, which can close. I'll set a motor onto that, and so we'll have a nice level crossing there to be able to bring in cars and trucks to the industrial area here. The background is the picture of the actual steel works on the coast. Used to be called Hoogovens, literally called the Blast Furnace Company. Was later merged with Chorus, the UK, and now is part of Tata Steel. So it's now really a Tata Steel Works, but in the time I'm modelling it was called Hoogovens. It was a large Dutch steel mill on the coast. And in front here, the Walthus kit representing a steel mill, so that we can pick up coils, and we can dump trash metals, which will later be smelted down and turned into steel. The Walthus kit looks quite like that picture in the background that I'll use as a background. Also a steel mill, that looks quite like the Walthus kit. I'll have some sort of industry here. I don't know what, if anybody's got any suggestions. Pipe work, or steel fabricators, or maintenance shops. Although the maintenance shops I'll be representing by low relief units, little industrial units like those ones there. One here covering the power socket. Basically to be some low relief buildings to get the foreground, as it were, merged into the background. The power plant, there'll be a coal dump here, and also a coal pile here with probably a crane, so it'll be a coal-fired plant. Also probably a trash, if I can get the room in, a trash pile, so trash can be dumped and burnt in a power plant as well. Here in front of the station I think I'll have a little square with some roads going off. There'll be a level crossing going across here, probably unarmed. There'll just be an industrial crossing here, crossing the switching tracks to the industries here. Might have a couple of houses, or probably restaurants or snack bars or something like that, representing perhaps cafeterias that the workers might use during lunchtime, something like that. There'll be a road, an access road going around the rear of the buildings here, shown by that little truck there, and then we'll have some industries around here. So this is just getting a feel for what it might look like, mocking up some structures, mocking up some background pictures that will eventually blend into the background, and just getting a feel for whether this scene sort of works, as it were. I've got a beam across for the upper level here, so I'm trying to get most of this background scenery done before the upper level goes in here, so because access might then be a little limited. Okay.